Bonjour, messieurs and mademoiselles. It is I, Rebecca Lynn Buckley, aka Boobot187. This is my review for the day. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, it's that time once again for another movie review. And this is the most important movie review that I really want to do for today. So I could tribute these two movie reviews to our late actor Alan Rickman. One film that he directed, and the other film is his last and final one. It sucks. Big time. But anyway, as you may know, Alan Rickman is one of the most underrated British actors of all time. He did so many good movies here and there, like the first Die Hard movie, Sense and Sensibility, Love Actually, and the Harry Potter saga, and so on and so forth. But what about a film where he can direct? To tell you the truth, this, ladies and dudes, I have no idea that Alan Rickman can direct, so I'm very surprised that he wants to direct movies. You know, whatever type of movie that he wants to do. And I think his most favorite type of movies that he'll ever direct is drama movies. And I think he might be such a big fan of drama films. I guess drama films are the most interesting type of films that he enjoys the best. And so I decided to tribute one of these films for him, and I think this movie is pretty darn underrated. So for my next movie review is called Little Charo. You know, that features the Sense and Sensibility co-star Kate Winslet and this very gorgeous, good-looking dude that I don't know of, but he did a pretty good job in this film. And also, I decided to give this movie a credit. See, here it is. I worked so hard on this. I did it yesterday. I hope everybody can read my handwriting very carefully. That this is one of Alan Rickman's most finest work of his career. And it says, and yeah, it has really cool screenshots. It sucks it doesn't have any extras, if you know what I mean. There's Alan Rickman right there with Kate Winslet. It looks like he had a big giant frown on his face. If you know what I mean. So anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my next movie review called The Little Charo. The second and the final film that Alan Rickman have ever directed. So anyway, let's head on to my main plot of the story. It's a story about a headstrong woman named Madame Sabine Lebert who is working so hard on a very cool-looking job that, well, thanks to that dude named Andre, he asked her to create a very beautiful outdoor ballroom that has water fountains and all that stuff, so they can finally impress the King of Frauds, King Louis. You know, a big giant success and all that stuff. And I'm sure Madame Sabine Lebert, it's so hard to pronounce her name, she will do the best she can to create a fantastic outdoor ballroom with fantastic water fountains and lovely seashells and all that stuff. So anyway, that's my whole entire plot of The Little Charo. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie? To tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I will say this is a fantastic film. And truly one of the best underrated movies that I've ever seen so far. Even if it's rated R wise. But overall, I will say that Alan Rickman had worked so hard to make a very good, proper, clean, rated R film without too many stuff that involves too much information, like nudity and sex and so much bad words. He made a fantastic, clean rated R film, and I do praise him for this film. I will say it had a nice storyline. It has really good character set for one. Um, I love the sceneries and the highlight moments of the film. It had a very beautiful, interesting score. And what else? And it also has some really good, interesting scenes in the movie. And sadly, I got a few weak points here and there in the film. So, anyway, let's go on to the strongest points and the weakest points of the Little Charo. So, for my strongest points for this movie will be a two-way tie. Just a tie between the score and the best scenes of the movie. I will say for the score, whoever that person was, that composer who creates a fantastic score, it is so darn beautiful, unique, and I think this score fits the movie very, very well. I think it's the 16th or the 17th century in Paris, France. I don't know which one it is, but I was blown away with the score. And since you know me, I'm such a big fan of good movies with a very excellent score. It is very unique in so many ways. I will say my most favorite score in the whole entire movie is definitely a couple of scores here and there that features the piano. I will say I was blown away with the piano. It was so darn unique and beautiful in so many ways. It warms my heart so much. So I will say the first strongest point in the movie is definitely the score. The second strongest point in the movie is so many awesome scenes. I love every single scene in the whole entire movie. I was blown away for it. I like the part where Madame Sabine Lebet had met so many good women and get to know their storylines. I like the scenes with a couple of scenes here and there that featured Alan Rickman, who plays that weird King Louis dude. And I really like Andre's scenes too, where he has some discussions with his ex-wife, and he was very very serious about it. So yes, there's a lot of good scenes here and there that's truly really the best. Hard for me to say. I will say for the two best strongest points of the film is the score and so many good awesome scenes in the whole entire movie. And now I got two main weak points in the movie, and I'm sure everybody will be disappointed about these two most disappointing parts of the movie. I will say the first scene I don't like about the film is there's a couple of scenes caught off here and there for the movie. It's way too hard to explain. I remember there was one scene that Sabine Lebert tried to talk to one of those dudes who was working so hard for that outdoor ballroom. I remember she was trying to talk to somebody, but then they skipped something from the film. You know, I think she was going to some type of ballroom or something. I can't remember, but there's one of the scenes here and there that's kind of skipped. I wonder in this little Charo movie, I wonder if there's some scenes that are caught off from the film, and I would like to see some deleted scenes that were missing from the movie, and I think I will love this movie just a little bit more, or a whole lot more. Hard to explain. And the second major weak point in the movie is that once again, Alan Rickman wasn't there much in the whole entire movie. Oh, I I do like some scenes here and there that feature Alan Rickman in this movie, but if I remember right, he's only in 6 or 7 scenes in the whole entire film. But I do like the part at the end and the garden scene. Those were the two best points about Alan Rickman's character of King Louis. So I wish there was more scenes here and there that featured Alan Rickman in his own movie when he played that King Louis dude. I would like to see more of the character, if you know what I mean. So I will say for my two major weak points in the movie is there are some scenes that are caught off from the film, and also there's not much Alan Rickman parts in the whole entire film. And now let's go on to the main characters of the movie. I will go with the three best characters in the whole entire film. Let's go on to Kate Winslet's character, Madame Sabine Lebert. It's so hard to pronounce her name, but I did the best I could for it. I really do love her character. This is one of Kate Winslet's best performances so far in her whole entire career. The only two films I remember where she played a headstrong character is from Sensibility and also from Titanic. I will say for this character, she has a really good storyline. She has a fantastic personality and attitude. She is such a fantastic creator. She likes to draw things. She loves the garden. She loves seashells. Hard to pronounce that thing. With shells. And I will say, yeah, later on in the movie, we did get to know her storyline about what happened to her husband and her daughter. That was really darn tragic and sad. So I do love Kate Winslet's character overall. And then we got this other dude named Andre. I really love this guy. He is such a cool looking character. I love his personality. I love his attitude. He has very handsome and serious charms. And I will say the best part I love about this Andre dude is his hair. I mean, this dude has the most loveliest hair I have ever seen in a movie. It does feel like that he has the hairstyle that came from the 80s, I think. And I do like the part where he finally divorced his ex-wife for good. I give that dude points for that. This dude is so darn awesome. So Andre, he's a really good character overall. And finally, let's go on to the last and final character of the movie is that King Louis dude, played by our beloved late actor, Alan Rickman. Yeah, he has a frown in his face. It's too darn weird. But overall, I will say about his character, he's kind of cool in so many ways, but yet kind of awkward. But he's a good character overall. I will say he has a good personality and attitude. He's a really cool king that I can trust. A guy who never cares about the kingdom so much, but he does love, to be free and have a life of his own and think about what kind of life that he wanted in his own future. He loves the gardens. He loves flowers. He does love his wife who is Spanish. And I will say the best part about Alan Rickman's character in the whole entire movie is definitely the garden scene featuring Kate Winslet. I'm happy that they had a Sense and Sensibility reunion. I'm sure this is what everybody has been waiting for these two good characters. Well, two good actors, of course, who played really good, excellent characters. And another thing, ladies and dudes, what do you think of Alan Rickman wearing a wig? I think he looks too weird wearing a wig, if you ask me. He looks funny in a wig. I don't like him with a wig. I rather prefer him having that sexy white hair of his, if you know what I mean. But I do enjoy this character overall. And now let's go on to my last and final thoughts of The Little Charo. Overall, The Little Charo is such a good movie, but yet so underrated. I will say it has a good storyline, has good characters, except for one. I love so many good scenes in the movie. It has a very interesting score. And please check out this movie to believe it in Alan Rickman's memory. So for my rating for 1 to 10, I decided to give Little Charo a really good score of 8 out of 10. Please check out this movie to believe it. And let's do this for late actor Alan Rickman. So, that's my whole entire movie review of The Little Charo. I'm sorry if I messed things up here and there of this movie review, but I did the best I could for it, for Alan Rickman's sake. I hope he's watching this in heaven. And join me next time on my next movie reviews to come, like The Huntsman, The Winter War, Captain America 3, The Civil War, and the last and final Alan Rickman movie called Alice Through the Looking Glass. So be prepared for my next movie reviews to come, and I'll see you all later. Sayonara.